It's 6 o'clock. Let's go ahead and call this meeting to order. Do we have any visitors who want to sign up, that signed up to talk? Okay, it's 6 o'clock. Public hearing to receive comments for residents regarding conditional use request to allow an auto dealership to operate at 1106 South Arroyo Boulevard.
Thank you. Hi, my name is Armando Salazar, and I'm next to the 1106 lot. I believe this, I don't know who is applying for it, but I believe this will improve that area because we have a whole bunch of empty lots. It will create a little bit more traffic, but again, it gives incentive to all of us to start doing better with our properties. And I believe there is an improvement on the side of the street. That's all I gotta say. Thank you.
Public hearing number 2, a public hearing to receive comments from residents regarding a variance request to allow a 7'4" height masonry wall and columns exceeding the maximum height of 6 foot along Henderson Road and various locations within the proposed Falcon Landing subdivision. Anyone want to speak on that? Sorry about that.
I just have a question. I live right across from it, and they've been putting, some, I don't know what to call it, but just dirt, and it's higher than our property. Is this gonna be the 7 foot on top of that? You know what I mean? But we're here, and they're already raised their land, and the people behind us already have dirt, and they're gonna raise their land, so are we gonna be like in a little valley here, we're gonna get flooded? And is this wall going to be on top of that land that they already put? That's my question.
I don't know about the, on top of there, but the flooding won't happen. The bar ditch will drain to the each side, and then it'll drain south, like it was originally intended back in the day. And the subdivision it's raised, but it'll drain south as well, away from Henderson Road.
And then the back is also going to be raised, so we're like in the middle. And I'm just, it happens, we say that it might not happen or that. But I'm just worried about me and my neighbors, they're also handicapped in the wheelchair.
Yeah, we're talking about the one on the south side is what this is. So the area along the road drains either direction, and then where it was flooding, it'll drain south to the Resaca, actually in this development, into a detention area, and then ultimately into the Resaca.
That's what I heard about.
Good question. Can you address that?
Sure.
Because I don't know about the fence.
So I'm Dave Floodman with, I'm the developer over there. So where your property, that field used to drain off towards you guys, it's now lifted, and that's so that it'll drain away from Henderson, like Mr. Milam said, to a detention area in the middle of the project, and then that'll get sent to the Resaca directly. So even though it's a little higher now, and the wall will go on top of that, I'm not sure that might be a little higher than what it's going to end up being, but there won't be any runoff going towards your home or along Henderson Road there.
And the ditch, in front of our house, the ditch is there, and it runs down to what about across the street? Are you going to dig those ditches as well?
Yeah, on our side, we'll improve what's there. Yeah,
Only on the south side.
just on the,
On our side then?
not on yours, not on the north side, but on the south side, we'll be improving that. So, and again, that field where it used to drain off towards you guys won't do that anymore.
And you're going to drain that, you're going to go ahead and fix the ditches before you continue your construction?
No, it's not causing an issue now. It'll drain.
Yeah, great.
Well, even when it rained, you're not gonna get any water load from our side. So, we've got to put a sewer line basically up past your houses, to connect to the sewer that's up there. So that'll go right in the middle, underneath all of that ditch. So we'll have it all improved before we're done.
Does anyone else wish to speak on this? Okay, 6:06, public hearing. Action item number 1, consider an action to approve conditional use request to allow an auto dealership to operate at 1106 South Aurora Boulevard.
Got my comments in there. From what else is there, I think it'll be fine. The parking is good. It's always something that we look at, and the parking is good. And so I think they're going to sell some used vehicles. Not a big car lot or anything, but it's a few car lots. So we recommend approval.
Any discussion from the board?
Mr. Chair, I would move to approve conditional use a request to allow auto dealership to operate at 1106 South Arroyo Boulevard.
I'll second that.
All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. Action item number 2, consider an action to approve a variance to request to allow a 7'4" height masonry wall and columns to exceeding the maximum height of 6 foot along Henderson Road and various locations within the proposed Falcons Landing subdivision.
I want to talk to you about two pieces because it's really two different things. Along Henderson Road, the 7'4" would not be offensive. If you have seen along Alvarez Court, that one's 7'8". So it was given a variance back in the day. I think that's the only other one. Along Windcrest subdivision on 2480, that one's right at 6 foot on the entrance where the wings, kind of brick wings are, or block wings, and the rest of it's 6 foot. So I don't see that as a major issue. Within the development is the next piece. And if you'll turn to page 26. Is that right?
27?
26, where it has the layout and the green marks or where the fence would be. And what that is our ordinance doesn't allow 6 foot fence from the front edge of the home to the street. You have to go down to either a 4 foot chain link see-through fence or a 3 foot solid fence. The reason why is just for visual, mainly for police. And so what this request would do is the 6 foot all the way to the property line. The reason given is to so that those people using that trail, it's going to be a trail through there. So there's separation between the trail and private property, which is always a concern. However, I think the 3 foot would be fine. It's a barrier. It's not a barrier where you won't see people, but I just think that the visual part needs to be honored. And so that one I have more of a problem with, where it in the front of the homes. The rest of them, around meet the code. I don't know if you have questions from me on that or Mr. Floodman on that.
So on page 26, the fence they're talking about is the one that goes through the center?
Yes, sir. That's actually a drain, where drain pipes, which, to your point, is taking the water from towards Henderson Road, moving it to the south, to the detention area, and then ultimately to the Resaca. Instead of just having a blank easement that nobody takes care of, they're going to have a subdivision.
It's a landscape trail.
So it's going to be a trail, what do you say, your subdivision people? I can't, HOA, I'm sorry. HOA, they're going to have HOA, and so instead of maintaining just a easement with dirt there, they're going to actually put a trail so that people can utilize it for walking, for going through the neighborhood, so that part of
The
it.
purpose is to create a trail down to that detention area, which is actually going to be a park. We're going to have a dual use there, where we'll have trails, and the idea is to put a butterfly and hummingbird park in there so people can kind of have private wildlife area. And the reason for wanting to take the fences out just in,
There you go.
okay. The reason for wanting to extend the fence out to the property line is that as people are coming along that trail through, the people on either side that have homes, we want to create a little more privacy for them so that everybody's not looking in their front windows as they're walking up to past their homes. And as far as visibility for police or any safety issues from the street, you'll be able to see the yards and everything on either side, I believe.
So is this a side fence or a front fence?
A side fence. So you'll see that, that area that comes down there. We're going to fence that as a common area and then have a path, and we'll put boulders and, different plants through there so it looks nice as you walk up.
So side and front, not across the front of the property, but if my house is sitting here and I'm looking at the street out there, I don't have a neighbor, I have a 20-foot easement, is it?
Yes.
It's a 20-foot easement, and so what they want to do is take a 6-foot fence all the way to the property line, so when I'm looking out, I see a 6-foot fence where it meets the street, not a 3-foot fence, and so that you can't see the people walking in that trail. Does that make sense? So not across the front of the property. I'm gonna still be in my house and be able to look to my street and see the street. When I look to the right, I'll see my neighbor's yard and all of his stuff. When I look to the left, there'll be a 6-foot fence all the way to the street. And that's what he's asking a variance for, because our ordinance says from the front edge of the house to the street, it can be no higher than 3 foot if it's solid. That makes cleared up?
Just to clarify, it's not all the way to the street.
Well,
there's
to
an
the property
easement.
line.
There's an easement there, so there'll be a sidewalk area and everything, so it'll be back of all of that.
Correct. To the property line.
To the property line. Yeah, and we'll put a column on the end of it, the same limestone columns we use on the front and everything. It's kind of our signature.
Mark, is there a precedent to this here?
Not in a development like that. Nowhere that we have, I would say absolutely not from my point, except that it's a gated subdivision, so then does that change? And that's kind of something y'all have to decide. Does that make a difference?
Yeah, it's going to be a private community, so it's gated. It's not like the public has access to it.
You're talking about 2, 4, 6, 8, 12, basically 12 homes that'll be either side of those fences.
Any other discussion?
14?
Any other discussion?
Oh, yes, I'm sorry, 14? There's the other one on the other side.
Anybody want to make a motion to approve the variance to allow the 7-foot height masonry wall and column exceeds the maximum height of 6 foot along Henderson and various locations within the proposed Parkland subdivision?
Mr. President, I so move.
I second the motion to approve.
All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed?
Aye.
Motion carries. Consider an action to approve the Coastal King Los Rebels subdivision preliminary plat.
This is a plat on the south side of Highway 100, on the corner of FM 1575 and Highway 100, 3-lot subdivision. All commercial development will go in there, and everything on the plat is been reviewed by staff and our engineers and meets all of our ordinances, and we recommend approval.
Any discussion? Do we have a motion to approve the Coastal Kings Los Rebels subdivision preliminary plat?
I make a motion to approve.
I second.
All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. Consider an action to approve the minutes from December 15th, 2025.
I make a motion to approve minutes.
Motion to second, Juan Sierra.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. This meeting is adjourned.